She thought she could do better. She convinced herself you weren't enough, that someone else would give her what you couldn't. When she walked away, she expected you to chase her, beg her back, and crumble without her. That's the reaction she counted on. It validates her choice and reassures her she made the right decision. But here's the truth. The moment you respond with desperation, you prove her right. Every late-night text, every attempt to talk it out, every display of emotional weakness only reinforces her decision to leave. If you want her to regret losing you, the strategy is not to chase, it's to transform. Why no contact creates regret? Most men instinctively try to win their ex back, but this is the worst mistake. Chasing after rejection erases any respect or attraction that might have remained. Women are wired to lose interest in men who beg. The key, then, is total disconnection. Delete her number, block her socials, and remove every avenue of contact. This isn't punishment, it's self-preservation. Keeping even a thread of communication keeps false hope alive and prevents real healing. When you vanish completely, you shatter her expectations. Instead of the validation of being chased, she's left with silence, uncertainty, and doubt. The power of emotional control. Never let her see you suffer. Many men believe showing pain will generate sympathy, but it does the opposite. Emotional collapse makes her feel burdened rather than missed. Women are drawn to strength, not weakness. Process your feelings privately, but in public, project calm and resilience. No drunk texts, no sad social media posts, no breakdowns in front of mutual friends. When she expects devastation but sees composure, it forces her to question whether she really mattered as much as she believed. Accepting reality early. One of the hardest truths for men to accept is that by the time a woman leaves, she's already been checked out mentally for weeks, maybe months. The breakup conversation isn't the start of her decision, it's the end. This is why waiting for her to come back is wasted energy. Women rarely return to relationships they initiated leaving. The faster you accept that it's over, the sooner you free yourself to build the kind of life that creates regret. Building abundance and options. Most men suffer in breakups because they've built their entire romantic life around one woman. When she leaves, they collapse into scarcity, believing they'll never find someone else. This mindset breeds desperation. The solution is abundance. Work on your appearance, social skills, and lifestyle. Expand your social circle, develop confidence, and create options. When she sees you thriving and surrounded by choices, it undermines her belief that she was irreplaceable. Purpose beyond relationships. A common mistake men make is centering their entire life around their partner. Women don't want to be a man's mission, they want to join a man who already has one. When you lose her, redirect your energy toward your career, fitness, passions, and personal projects. Not only does this give you fulfillment, but it also reframes her role in your life. Instead of her being the one who made you, it becomes clear she might have been holding you back. That realization stings far more than jealousy. Stop all investment. Breakups hurt more the longer and deeper you've invested. Continuing to think about her, talk about her, or keep reminders of her around only deepens the wound. Cut off all emotional, mental, and financial investment immediately. Delete photos, throw away gifts, and redirect your time and energy into building your future. When she sees that she occupies no space in your present, the regret grows. She expected to remain significant, but instead, you've made her irrelevant. Strategic social proof. Social media is a powerful tool, but only when used correctly. Don't post desperate attempts to make her jealous or constant updates that scream for attention. Instead, showcase authentic growth, fitness progress, travel, new experiences, career wins, and friendships. When she inevitably checks your profile months later, every post should tell a story of improvement. She expected your life to fall apart, but the evidence shows the opposite. The upgrade factor. At some point, you'll date again. The key is not to rush but to genuinely find someone who represents an upgrade. When she sees you with someone more attractive, supportive, and stable, it dismantles her entire narrative about leaving. She thought you'd struggle to replace her, but instead, you found better wealth, skills, and inner strength. Channel the energy you once invested in her into building wealth, learning new skills, and strengthening your emotional core. Career growth, financial stability, and personal mastery are undeniable signals of value. They show that her departure didn't break you, it propelled you. The final piece is emotional mastery. True power isn't becoming bitter or hardened but becoming resilient, emotionally intelligent, and unshakable. When she realizes you became the man she always wanted, after she left, the regret cuts the deepest. The truth about regret: here's the ultimate lesson. Making her regret leaving isn't about revenge. It's not about tricks, manipulation, or petty displays. It's about transforming yourself into a better man, stronger, more focused, more independent than the one she walked away from. Rejection, when harnessed properly, becomes the fuel for reinvention. The more you grow, the more undeniable the truth becomes. Losing you wasn't her upgrade, it was her mistake.